I remember that when I went to school down in South Carolina, having no money, knowing I was going to have to work, I applied for a job in custodial services at the university that I was enrolled in. We all met together in this huge room. They said, here's all the people that we're going to give jobs to. They called out about 100 and some names, and mine wasn't on there. Then they said, here are the people that are going to be substitutes. And they called out about 15 or so names. They went 1 through 14, and the last name called was mine. I was the last substitute to be hired at custodial services in this university. I went the first few weeks of school not working, and then finally I got called into sub one night, and then about a week later called in another night. Then an opening came, and because of the job that I had done the 2 nights I was there, they said, would you be willing to work just in this one building cleaning it? And I said, I'd be happy to do it. And I would go into the print shop at this university. Had about 3 or 4 little rooms to it, and I would spend my time cleaning that room. And you know, I went to work after everybody else went to bed. I worked from like 11 o'clock till about 1:30 or so in the morning, and I was there by myself. I'm kind of a night person anyway. So I would think, and I would sing, and I would ponder, and I would pray, and I would work, and I would do what I was always taught to do. Just do a good job at work. Well, after about a month, they came to me and they said, you know what, the people in the print shop are just going, they've never seen cleaning like this. I mean, everything is neat and it's placed and everything is done, and you just do a great job. I thought, oh, thanks, I appreciate it. They said, would you consider just working full-time on our regular crew? So I did. I worked that for a month. And then they came to me and said, you know what, the supervisor, this crew is leaving. Would you be the supervisor of this crew for this whole, it was actually the high school that was a part of the university. I'm like, fine. I did that for the rest of the year. At the end of the year, they came to me and said, you know what, this crew is working so well. Will you become the supervisor for the entire, student supervisor for the entire university? And just work with a full-time hired guy who supervises everything. I'm like, cool. And I was able to talk with him, and we talked about how to run crews and how to get teams to work together and how to increase performance and have people be happy at the jobs they were doing. All that kind of stuff. The point is that I went from the last substitute call to somebody with voice into the whole company, not because I was intelligent, not because I got hired into the good job, but simply this, I gained hearing through a job well done. And all I discovered was the reality of the very truth that God put in his heart. That if we will work diligently, we will catch people's eye, which then gives us their ear, and you can have what God wants for you, influence and voice in your workplace. See, it turns out that when it comes to the main reasons why we can be so unhappy with work, God has spoken to them all. That God has put transforming truth in his word that if we would embrace, would change the job we've got right now from being one that we're unhappy with to being someplace where we are satisfied and where it's healthy and we're happy with the job we've got. We just need to see the intrinsic value of what we do. We just need to turn right around and to recognize that we have a voice and we can gain a voice. We need to recognize that what we do matters. That the people who are in our workplace who are irritating can be soothed by serving. And that we can have influence if we'll just use it. You know what I know what God wants for you? He wants you to be happy at work. And he wants it so much, he gave you some practical guidelines on how to take the job you hate and just maybe turn it into a job you love. Or at least like.